Hi, John again. 19th, Tuesday, 19th of August 2014. I did 2 videos today for you, Matt Taylor in Brighton, England. So this is just a 3rd one of the CIB here in Auckland. They're the detectives in Otahu, South Auckland, that put the report of fraud together for me for the case in London. Julian Falconer, lawyer, and Martin Cicluna, Lloyds Bank. So I learnt a lot from the Lloyds Bank saga and lawyers, enough to say I don't need lawyers now or bankers to know what to do. Okay, so lesson learned in 2 years now. We're ready to go, Matt, with this job, special job to do for the King of England. So listen to this video, listen to this recording of a conversation between me and him, and I was hoping that he would give us a report, written report for 61 Cook Street before I seized it. But suffice to say that I'm quite happy that with his explanation that it was better for me to get someone in the city here, in the police force, to write a report. There's no time left for that because I've already tried with Aaron Pascoe, and he's the investigator, police investigator, criminal division of the senior detective sergeant here in Auckland, the biggest police station in this country, New Zealand, and he's also the head of the criminal terrorist raid illegally done in Tuhoi native districts, where they went there last week and apologised. The police force went there and apologised to the tribe and settling them out with money, okay, for their mistake. So they will not try that federal state act on us here in Auckland on this property we're going to seize this week. This time it's taken a lot of research and looking at the law on the Admiralty side, the civil side, and also the common law, and none of those will come near the King's law of Admiralty, King William IV, that put the laws that allowed them to immigrate from Britain and Europe all around the world, and here especially New Zealand. They all got here on his Acts of Parliament, Admiralty law, okay, to sail through the sea, to land on this country, and in occupation and of these lands, and paying interest and ground rent for occupying these lands, man. They are only occupying the lands here. If they break our law, we cut the interest going to the Queen now. After our letter we put together for you to take to Cameron, he had 6 weeks to answer, failed to answer our first letter. The second letter will be 3 days for him to respond to that flag I just sent you today of King William, and there's a copy of it there. Okay, that's I've sent one of these to you, and also a flag, the big flag that was in the video today. So this is like a number plate. Okay, we can put these on our cars and go free passage over the land, over the sea, put it on the boat, anywhere, and that's our ticket to the world. Okay, in trade, and the Bank of England, and the pound note. Okay, we'll be starting that up again, but I really wanted to finalise everything today, and I've got our secretary, Jamie Patrick Stewart Ngātai, sitting there on Facebook and listening to the videos to pick up on what I put there for you, especially you, Matt, because you are supporting us. Out of all the people in Britain and Europe, you're the only one that's taken notice. Why? Because you're a king's man, King Arthur, and only king families and bloodlines will pick this one up. How the authority of Admiralty and other means of getting around the world by ship or by air or by any other means, that you had to have a law to do it. And King William put the law together. All those acts you see online that we have on Facebook is our court. That's a legal court, Matt, that you can use in England when you get my letter. My handwritten letter to you that you can see online is active as of today. As soon as you cite it, that's it. It's real, and start using it. Okay? You have the authority from me here to speak for the King of England, King William IV. I'm there because he's our partner. He's our legal partner. We have the right to, as his partner in commercial contract, private contract, to act when we wanted to. Time is now. The time, because the Queen walked out of Westminster and took off with the money. Okay? She took off and left a vacant spot for us to move in. Okay? So it's our turn now to come there with you and go and take our place, to look after the people in Britain and the world, now that the membership of the Commonwealth is spread around the world under our trust of Queen Victoria. Okay, this is just an extension of the other two videos. Now I want you to listen closely, the people in New Zealand too, the hapu, not the iwi. You can forget about the iwi and the Maoris. They are on the Queen's side in Wellington with the government. That's their business. That's their contract with the Queen in England and their Crown corporations. Okay, the Crown corporations, the Queen and all their documents and everything they've signed to their legacy from New South Wales government, the New Zealand Company, and now the Her Majesty the Queen and Right of New Zealand, Her Majesty the Queen and Right of Canada, Her Majesty the Queen and Right of Australia and Britain, and in America as well. She's got control of America with the Vatican and the Rothschild banks. We've seized their property. Okay, Matt? We seized their property against the debtor levy. Okay? After the 3 days, 72 hours notice that we give to Cameron. Okay? He's there for the Queen. He's supporting the Queen and accessory to all her fraud and her pedophiles, and him being accused as one of them. And Hammond, Phillip Hammond, Secretary of State, Foreign Affairs and the Commonwealth. He's mixed up in that mix because he hasn't answered our letter, because probably he can't. He's been told not to by the Jesuits. The Queen has filled the spot of head Jesuit because Adolfo Nicholas Patron, the Black Pope, is gone. Right? He's tagged off because he's got a warrant on his neck and a warrant from us, from Moai, Crown Federal State, right? With this flag, this flag, man, is the most powerful flag in the world. Okay, that's the bank trading flag, commercial trading flag, contract between Moai, us, the natives, in Aotearoa, New Zealand and Pacific Islands, and King William the Fourth, who put the acts and laws together for us. Okay, trade between Britain and us. No business of anybody else in the world. just us in Britain and King William and Queen Victoria. The Queen is a private company. Now, Queen Elizabeth II is mortgaged by the Pope and the Vatican. They mortgage Queen Elizabeth II a business. And Buckingham Palace is a business, private business. Okay? We put the bill up against that, Matt. And now we have the police. To go and see, I'll go and see the police on Thursday and tell them, Thursday or Friday, and tell them what's happening. I'll go and see the two owners of 61 Cook Street and tell them, go and see their lawyer. When they go and see their lawyer will talk to our lawyer or talk to me, and that's the end of it. They can't go into this private contract between us and Douglas Rikard Bell, the fraudster, who sold that property to those two without telling them, without disclosing to them. There was a problem because we were putting a caveat interest on the title that he engineered. The Crown and the Chris Wilson, Robert Muir, the Land Register General, and Robert Endrell, the Surveyor Register General, and Don Grant, the Lynn's new manager. He was the ex-Surveyor General of Australia, New South Wales. He was the Australian land surveyor. Okay, he's in trouble. He's in trouble for forging the old title on this 61 Cook Street and all these titles in Auckland to allow Douglas Rikard Bell to sell the property with the $300 million invested by the 11 investors, including our interest. They wiped out. Okay, they wiped out, put it in a little road. Okay, they put the title in a little road and transferred everybody in there, then discharged it. Yeah, don't think I know about real estate. That's it. Conveyancing titles, conveyancing paper titles on these lands of ours. They have abused our authority of occupying that land when we're the landlords. We're the native landlords of this country, not the Queen. This land don't belong to the Queen. Right? She's a fraud criminal now, took off with the money back to Germany or Nazi Germany and Brussels and the EU and the Pope and all those pedophilia people. Okay? So now I want you to listen to this recording I did on Friday with Phillip Taylor. Talking to him. I'll get it back again. Okay, here we go. Whatever. Hold on. Here we go. Listen to this one now.
18th August 2014. Wanoa.
Can I help you?
Yes, can I speak to Phillip Taylor, please?
Hang on one minute.
Thank you. Extension 90757.
1 minute.
Thank you.
Here we go. Listen very carefully. People in New Zealand and Cook Street. Simon Roundtree and James Brown. Owners, we coming to see you. Here is Phillip Taylor, TRB.
Hello. Try again.
That was a bit of a failure, but he'll be back on in a minute. Try again. I just want you to listen to the frustration of calling. There we go.
Can you spend a couple of can I help you?
Yes, John here again. His phone went off. 90757 extension, please.
One moment.
There we go. Very serious stuff, this.
Hello.
Hello, Phillip.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good, very good, thank you. And you? And you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
That's good. And how's our mate Michael?
He's good as well. I'm staring at his face right now. No, he's good. Everything. What about you?
I'm doing all right. Pretty good.
I've missed your calls, so I've not been at my desk.
Oh, I see. You've been having a bit of time off.
Is this what?
You've been having a bit of time off?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you must be working hard then.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. What about you?
Yeah. Everything, we're on top of things at the moment.
Good. How's the trip to Europe?
Well, I'm just holding off at the moment because I've got Matt Taylor and John Patterson and them sorting things out that end.
See. Who was Taylor again?
Pardon?
Who was Matt Taylor again?
Matt Taylor is from Brighton. He's he wants to be an MP next year. So I've been sort of working with him because we're using his address for our company there, my Powerhouse Group Limited.
Right.
Yeah, so he's keeping track on things for us advertising-wise anyway.
Yeah.
Just to let, he's trying to get Cameron, Prime Minister Cameron and Hammond to answer my letters.
Right.
So we're hoping that something might happen. Well, he's the only one we've got. He's a bit of a shotgun guy. He creates a bit of controversy around, but all in good spirits. That's all we got at the moment with him having a contact.
I see.
Yeah, he has got a place where he lives like a normal person.
Yeah.
But he's King Arthur guy, so he's speaking from a king's angle,
Right.
and following what we're doing with King William.
Right. Is he supporting you, is he?
Yes, fully.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's all on Facebook now. So everything that he puts there is subject to challenge, and there's no challenge
Right.
coming from him or me.
Yeah.
At this end. So he's our partner on that end. Just need to pick George Lees, L-E-E-S, and he's an ex, those guys are ex-police, I think, and John Patterson is an ex-police too as well, and George somebody, I just George, anyway, George, what is it?
Gavin.
George is those four are typical of what is happening with us here.
Right. And George and John and Matt are all in the UK?
Yeah, those four I just said are in the UK.
Yeah.
And they're operating similar lines as I am.
Okay.
Very learned guys.
Yeah.
That know the whole of the corporate world business and who's coming and who's going. And so they are sort of looking at all the stuff I'm doing and following. There is no sort of opposition from everything I publish. That they follow. They follow everything. George Lees, John Patterson, Gordon Bowden. George is a professor, so they really know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping in with them because they are obligated at that end of the trust of Queen Victoria that we're in this still current today, and what's happened there is George has said that the Queen has cleared all the money out of Her Majesty's Treasury. Gone.
Yeah.
Gone. So that's what he's addressing at that end, because that is our trust with the Hapu here.
Yeah.
And we want to have an audit of the account. and that's what I'm ordering there for them. I'm speaking for the King, or King's Bench Court, and so that part is, they understand that that's like a silent partner, King, in the Queen's Bench Court. So they know that, but they are curious to see where all the money's gone, and they're asking Cameron, where's it all gone? Because he's party to the lords of the Queen's trust. Yeah, so they're asking, and David Cameron is a direct descendant of King William.
Oh, I see, I didn't know that.
And yes, he is. And so I told Matt to tell him to put the flag up, our flag, because that's what he should be doing.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's the latest. And why that flag is sitting in Parliament at Wellington in the cabinet, in the cupboard, but they are using it for the Admiralty, and Prince Andrew was using it. It's on the short travel ships. It's flying still today on the ships. As
the ensign?
Yeah, no, not the ensign. The one we've got, the Confederation of Chiefs.
Right.
That one is flying. Our one with the black seal of King William IV. That's the only commercial trading bank flag of the Bank of England in the world. That's the only commercial flag. The Navy is not commercial.
Right.
The Prince Philip is not a real admiral. We are operating. That flag needs to be put up in Westminster, because Westminster has got no power now, because the Queen's taken the trust into the EU Parliament.
Well, unfortunately, I think the EU's just taken over the whole of Europe.
That's right. That's right. So Westminster's going to rely on this flag to save them. Yeah, because of the commercial side of the trust and the 750,000 tons of gold. That is our surety that I've told John Patterson to start printing the pound note we still have. The Maori's still got a pound note. That the equity, there is no, and Jeff Foley, the guy in Australia, he said, yep, because he's a financial fella, and he said that we have the right to print the pound note against the debtors levy of where the gold is gone to, or where it is at the moment, is of concern with the trust, because the Queen is still our head trustee.
Yeah.
And we're still beneficiaries, like how I am. Still a beneficiary. You can prove that I'm a beneficiary. But that's how it works. It's a incorporated trust, modelling out all the other trusts in the Commonwealth. So we've got 4 trustees, the Queen, the head, Prince Andrew is the trustee, and the King and Queen of Spain abdicated in June to the son in the Philippines. So now they're claiming the trust. You can't transfer a trust to another inheritor. It's still those 4 trustees as far as we're concerned. But Karen Hudes, she's the General Counsel of the World Bank, has claimed that trust. And she says, no one's claimed it. So I claimed it, and it all stopped when I put the Shore Savile ship there with the flag flying. All her videos and everything on Facebook stopped. It stopped. And so that just proves that they are not the claimants of the trust.
Yeah. What about what's happening here?
Well, this is what I'm doing. I can't go to England until it's resolved on that end.
Yeah.
And it's still the same land titles as here.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's very little chance of that being resolved anytime soon, isn't there?
No, it can happen very fast if we put the flag up in Westminster and here.
Yeah, no, but what's the chances of that?
Chances, well, all it's going to take is public opinion.
Yeah.
and when they're starting to wake up now in Britain, they're asking questions because of all the things I've got there. Nobody's saying anything about my accusations of people. They're saying, how come that guy's nothing's happening, it's still there? As you can see now, John Key's got a lot of pressure coming from not only myself, but from everybody else that's wanting to know some questions answered. All I'm doing is making things public.
Right.
That it's up to the public to see and ask questions. Is this right, or is this right? And is that right? And if they can't answer it, then we have a right to go ahead.
So what are your plans?
My plan at the moment is to sort Cook Street out.
Yeah, what's happening with that?
Well, I'm just waiting for, hopefully I can get a letter from you. By Thursday, I've got a 3-day notice for those guys to take to Cameron to answer from our last letter, official letter to him. He hasn't answered.
Right.
So if he doesn't answer this time, we have a right to start printing the pound note against the debt that they owe.
Yeah.
For any individual single person that we pull out to put that on that they can't answer as being law. So we have to go back up to the police here and tell them what we are going to do because no one's answering.
Yeah.
Up to the accusations of affidavit. I think that maybe, I'm assuming here that the police here are not swearing their oath to the Queen anymore because she's a private person in business because she's got business running now. The only other place they can swear oath of office to is the community or the French Admiralty, which is affidavits. That's what happened with Aaron Pascoe and the police. They went to ATUA to apologise because they made a mistake and admitted it, which is okay. That's fine. But they were using a jurisdiction that they're not supposed to, and that's the part I'm challenging.
Right.
As jurisdiction, the jurisdiction that I've got of King William Field and flag is something that they're not addressing. That overrides any other law is the Admiralty law of mortgages. That's what it is. It's a mortgage. The Admiralty against whatever other law, which is only going to be some sort of Admiralty that they can't use what you call it, the military, what Obama's using. That law, that a state of emergency, that's what they used at Tuho and put a cordon around the whole place and made it an emergency state. And that's the law that they're not supposed to, the martial law, right? Martial law overrides every law, and that's only King William's.
Right.
That's only King William's, and that's the law we're expressing here, that if we go on to Cook Street, we are actually exercising straight from Westminster with those other partners on the other end. We just need to pick some partners, and yourself being ex from there is our partner here.
So, but while you wait to move forward, how are you going to do that?
Well, I'm already made provision to be the head trustee to sack the Queen. That's what they're going to do over there.
Yeah. It's unlikely though, isn't it?
Well, she's got a warrant on her head from the World Court at the moment.
Yeah. That's
widely publicised, but they can't. You see, you have to be a monarch in order to challenge a monarch like Geoffrey Foley.
Yeah.
Australia, and myself being native monarch with Moai statue, that's our memorial under the mortgage in England, standing there in Queen Elizabeth's Great Court. That's my title in the world, in Washington, D.C., New Zealand. There's one here up in the museum, and in Dunedin. Those are mine. That's my memorial stuck on the ground that the Crown cannot.
How are you going to move forward with it, though, John?
Well, it's just going to take affidavits and the partnership of the trust and all that gold that we claim to. All that 750,000 tons of gold belongs to our trust.
Yeah, but what about, the main thing is really for here is Cook Street, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. So I won't do anything until I've got everything looking like law. I won't do it and just go and crash and then just say this. So I'm going to go and see the owners, the new owners, and tell them, go and see their lawyer. When they go and see their lawyer will get in touch with my lawyer. There's nothing the lawyers can do to enter a international private contract. They can't, no one can, that's what Aaron Pascoe said to me, right? He spoke to me on the phone. He said, John, I don't want to get into a contract with you.
Yeah.
That's what he said. So it told me straight away he has no jurisdiction over that contract.
Yeah.
Although he's already in the box, ready for trial. I can take him to court any time I want to.
Yeah.
But I won't do that because we need the police. All I want to say to the police is, look, let me do what I think is best in the right fashion so that no one's going to get spooked. And do it in front of everybody. I'm doing it in front of the whole world.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to kind of stop talking and get on with something.
That's right. I've got to get on with it because I've done enough talking.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it stopped. Oh dear, the battery's flat. We'll have to continue with this after because the battery's gone flat. And but that'll do. I'll put it on afterwards again and play the whole thing again. But it just shows you that at the end of the phone call, I did say that I'm going to go ahead and take Cook Street because he said how long it was going to take. He said, will it take 6 months, 12 months, what? I said, no, this week. So he says, oh, okay. So that's how the conversation ended. You folks, people, this is a bit long, this video, but I just wanted to express that I'll take that as a yes, to go ahead. I'll take that coming from the police, senior police, CIB, equivalent of SFO, Serious Fraud Office in London. So that's the other people I was going to send to David Green, the Serious Fraud Office in London. I'll send him a letter, the same as I'm going to send to Cameron and Hammond and the Queen. So SFO here, McCallum, I'll send him, Alan McCallum, SFO, and John Key, and Jerry Mataparai Andrews, the Governor General. So that completes the 8 people that we have to send letters tomorrow. So it'll take 3 days from tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. So Monday, about 4 o'clock, that's when we take action. If they don't reply, Phillip Taylor, very good. Thank you very much for having that conversation with me. I think it should have been made public. I made it public, and it expresses that you are speaking for the CIB. Very good. We need the CIB, we need the police, we need them right where they are to listen and see where the problems are. We want to clear the slate clean and can carry on and quit the fraud and cut the fraud levels down, the criminal things that are going on in our own people here, and give them jobs. We'll have jobs for them and all that to take the crime part out of the equation. So thank you very much, people. We'll see you again, and I'll put this recording fully on again on the next video. Okay? So thank you very much. We'll see you later, and have a good evening. Bye for now.